Well, it's not quite that simple. I seem to recall that I auditioned for Deep Space Nine a couple of times and didn't get the job. And then I guess maybe the third time, something clicked, and it was just a oneer. It was just it was just a guest star, and it wasn't a recurring role at all. That character never came back, but it kind of hello. There's somebody dancing in the air. How about just taking focus? Okay, very good. But it allowed me to get sort of connected with everybody, and I was really lucky that I met with Rene Auberjonois, who I had done theater with, and he was getting ready to direct a Ferengi episode and suggested me for Brunt, and that sort of was the beginning of everything for me. I never had to audition for a Star Trek thing again after that. Then Wei-Yun came along, and so that's good. Anybody go ahead.
How
you go ahead.
Doing all of those characters on Star Trek, how would you compare that to, say, working on something like an Empire movie like Rock Jocks?
Or Robot Jocks.
Robot Jocks, yeah.
Well, that's a completely different thing. First of all, the production value in Star Trek is pretty darn amazing. Highest level of skill and artistry that you can imagine in every department: makeup, wardrobe, props. So there's really nothing like that kind of support system around you. Something like Robot Jocks, that's what you bring up. Well, that was just sort of a cameo, and to tell you the truth, I said yes to that because Robot Jocks was shot in Italy,
right,
in Rome, and so my girlfriend at the time, who's now been my wife for over 30 years, we both went to Italy, and I worked one day on that movie, fairly forgettable in the movie, not really pivotal, and then we enjoyed Rome.
Did that help make her your wife?
The deal in, yeah, that was good.
Awesome. Are there any questions in the audience?
Yeah, I have a question, if I may.
Okay. You?
Is that me?
Go for it, love.
Oh, there you are.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm over here.
Someone's jumping up and down with wings over there. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, first of all, I'd just like to say it's your character that saved Earth and the future of the Federation, and we should all be grateful for you for that.
Which character was that?
The Andorran.
Oh, Shran, yeah. Shran
without him, everything would be lost.
Yeah, we came to the rescue. I owed him.
Really did. Yeah,
I owed him a favor. Yeah.
I just wanted to know, this is first time in VR perhaps, but I'd like to know from all the actors if they can see this as a future platform for them to act in, because you can move and you can emote, and various technologies will make it even better in the future. But can you see yourself acting in
I'm trying to envision this world and acting. You know, I started in the theater, and theater was completely, there's something very organic about theater. It is a live and real person. I'm just fascinated with this world because with this sort of thing on my face, I'm not sure how I could adequately emote. In fact, I don't even know what I look like right now. What do I look like?
You look very handsome, sir.
What am I dressed in?
Well, you're wearing a Roddenberry t-shirt and jeans and a pair of mules on your feet.
Got some ripped jeans too. You're very stylish.
Wait. Oh, I see.
But you could have an avatar that looked exactly like you, made for yourself, and be in here. And
I see.
You want to, really.
I see what it is. I see what I'm doing. Okay, I got it.
One day the motion capture might be able to actually, eye track and facial tracking, might be able to map your face better.
Be able to map my face. Do I have many expressions when I'm talking, or do you just kind of see me looking?
Yeah, your voice creates emotions in your face. So, like, if you're talking enthusiastically, you'll smile.
Oh, and if I talk really,
Yeah, you'll look frowny if you look
Oh.
slow.
You're like a good grimace
well,
on
that's
your
pretty
face.
good. Well, you're a good group of people. Where are you all from?
I'm from UK.
Nice. And that's it, huh?
Shout them out! Shout them out, everybody! I told them to be quiet, so you can go ahead and answer.
No. Oh, okay. Well, they'll tell me one at a time, I suppose, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Canada. Nice.
Germany.
Germany. Yes.
Germany.
Nice. Germany. Someone's what'd you say? Scandinavia.
Yeah, Denmark.
Nice. I love it. I've been to all these places. It's great. Netherlands. Yes.
Got a couple of Brits in here who are being modest.
Okay. I just got back from Bulgaria, so. Belgium. Very good. Yes, the angel with the dark wings is trying to get my attention.
I have a question.
Yes.
Mark here, Planet Earth.
Nice.
Has anything ever is there anything crazy that ever happened on the set that we really don't know about that we would want to know about? Something off the off the record kind of thing?
I don't even know what to say about that. There's always interesting things that happen, but there's no secrets told. Nothing that you would imagine. It's like any workplace. Everybody is pretty much focused on getting the job done. We try to keep everything relaxed, but at the same time focused. And in the film industry, time is money, literally, and so there's no time to delay. It's getting the next shot, setting up for the next shot, preparing for the next shot. So it's not really a playground particularly. It's work, just like anything else. It's good, fun work, but it is still work.
Jeff, earlier,
Thank you.
Jeff, earlier you talked about emoting and sort of what that means for you as an actor. You've also played several characters with advanced prosthetics. I'm thinking of Krem, being a Ferengi. How does that affect your acting?
Actually, to me, it helps with acting. It informs your choices. Think of what you all are doing right now. You are all choosing to convey a aspect of your personality through an avatar. And I put it to you that prosthetic makeup is just a very intense, literal application of that onto the body. When you go to a costume party, you feel differently. When you cosplay, you feel differently. When you wear a different kind of shoe, you feel differently. You feel different in a runner as opposed to cowboy boots. You walk differently and carry yourself differently. So, wardrobe and what you see in the mirror after they're done with the makeup really immediately, instinctually allows you as an actor to be confident in making certain choices that are in harmony with the visual. And that's sort of the way we approach it. Yes, lady with the magic halo ring.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have a question for you. Speaking on that point, which character was your favorite to play?
Well, I get this question a lot, and my answer would be that I don't have a favorite, that I see them as, if you're a parent, how many of you have children? No. Okay. Well. Yay. Okay. Well, if you did have children and someone said to you, "Which one's your favorite?" you would have a very hard time picking one. And that's
depending on the
that's-
children, I guess.
Well, it depends on the children, but you love them all.
Can I say which one was your most memorable? Maybe.
Well, they're each memorable in their own way. I'm not trying to be evasive here. Brunt is memorable because it was the very first recurring role that I played, and I got to be in the Ferengi world. Wayun was a completely new creation for me to sort of flesh out and bring to life. So that meant a lot to me. I never imagined when I first did Wayun that it would blossom into so many episodes. And then when they asked me to do Shran, that was another highlight for me because I knew the Andorians from the original series. And so it meant so much to me that they asked me to help bring them to new life. So they're all so special to me in different ways. So, and some are more fun to play than others. Okay, I mean, Ferengis are fun because usually you're working with other Ferengis, and there's nothing more fun than a group of Ferengis. There's a lot of laughs. There's a lot of laughs. So that's good. But I really liked Shran, to be able to play someone with some sort of depth there. Hard to trust people, but evolves into being able to do that. I kind of like that side of progression. Someone with trust issues that can maybe get past that. So I liked all of that.
That was a beautiful answer. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
I have a question regarding the upcoming Picard series. Any chance that you might have a role in that, or plan to do a role?
Well, if there's a chance, it's really not up to me. I don't really follow it very much, but it seems to be somewhat next-gen centric. They're bringing back characters from next-gen, and not so much platforms that I was in, like Deep Space Nine or Enterprise. So I don't know what the likelihood. It's their philosophy. It's kind of like actors are waiting to be asked to dance. We don't decide. It's not up to me to say, hey, I'm going to be on Picard. It's really, it's not my choice. Okay, you have to be approached, and that's up to them. So it would be cool, but it's not my.
Yeah, well, hopefully they'll make that decision.
Yeah, it's up to them. I don't even think about it. So.
Have you ever had a rematch with Scott Bakula? When you left
Bakula.
Bakula, okay.
Have I ever had a rematch with him?
Yeah.
Well, I think after that my antenna did grow back. So that's the good thing. They
Take
grow
that,
back.
Scott Bakula.
They grow back. We know that about the Andorians, okay? So I love Scott. Scott's a tremendous guy, and yeah, okay. Coming a little close, and then all right, now we're going over there.
A sneak peek.
That's all right. So,
were you a fan of Star Trek before you got onto the show?
Yes, I'm old enough to have viewed the original series on TV when I was a kid, and I thought it opened up a whole new world, and I loved the energy that the actors brought to the material. They were not timid, and they were very brave, and even though sometimes they were in preposterous situations, or maybe the sets were maybe a little cheesy, didn't matter. They still committed fully to the material and the world. And I think that's the reason why Star Trek has has evolved into so many because of the original approach and style. And so I really like their verve. I like the way they leaned into it and the character development and the relationship between them. So yeah, I was an original series fan way back when.
That's awesome. I feel like the original series is so much the reason why we have things even like this today. You know, I think it inspired people to create, and I don't know how you feel, but it's kind of fascinating to me to be standing, and I feel like I'm on the holodeck from Next Gen.
It is really, really remarkable. You know, what they did is dream big with Star Trek, the original series. It was a kind of I mean, look at us now. In the original series, it was you know, energize. Well, what do we have all in our pockets right now, right? We have communicators. We just call them, you know, smartphones, but they're communicators, and they can do all kinds of things, and will continue to do all kinds of things. So as far as you look at Deep Space Nine, and everybody is bouncing around everybody is on a pad. My God, you know, so pretty prescient. Pretty. It was always a look into the future and what it might be like. So I really appreciate that. That's how we can sort of examine ourselves, by removing the problem that an episode is dealing with. If it were done in a contemporary setting, we might not be able to have the same perspectives as if you put it out there a little bit. You have a little more space to realize, oh, I see. This is actually talking about what's going on now. But the only way we can really examine it is if we give it a little distance into the future. That's the essence of sci-fi, I think.
It'll be super interesting since Star Trek is so evergreen, and obviously there will be more of them. What like next year's version of Star Trek will envision the next future to look like, because we're still living in it now, you know?
Yeah, I don't think they imagined that Star Trek, you know, the original series was canceled
right
after 3 seasons, I think. So I don't think they ever imagined that it would explode back and have all of these iterations that it has and will continue to have, I hope. It's amazing.
And all these conventions all around the world where you get to meet all these fans.
Yeah, it is amazing. And look at all your avatars here. Look at you all. These two guys are really cool. Hey, what's that? What's your wardrobe here?
What are you guys talking to Trash Can?
Which one, homie?
I'm talking to the double-breasted guys here. You got 2 of them.
Kind of steampunk, little mixture of different things.
Love steampunk. I think steampunk's really cool. And then we've got Weird Clown, and we've got superheroes
over there.
Well, you got all amazing. Yeah, Gorn. It's amazing. Oh, okay.
We are out of time.
We are.
Oh.
Okay, well,
thank you so much for being in here with us for so long.
On behalf of all of us, thank you so much.
This is a new and wonderful experience for me, and thank you for making it easy.
You're welcome.
Thank you guys.
Okay, bye.
Thanks, Greg.
Bye.
Bye, Jeff.
Bye.
Good luck with Nevermore.
Thank you.
All right, Max, I don't know if the dab is appropriate here. Just kidding, buddy. I'm just kidding. You can dab all you want. I was just joking. Oh, that's funny. Go, keep dabbing. Yeah, I'm going to stop you. All right, everybody, good job. That was nice. Oh, Ravi, we just missed having you. Oh, imagine commenting on Ravi. A glowing pickle.
He's a stinky pickle.
Yes. Everyone was well behaved. Good job, everybody. Well done, gang. Well done.
I made it to the goodbye.
Well behaved, good behavior. Did we get something for that?
Yeah, you get to stay.
I just gave you credit. Yay! I don't know. Yeah, that's right.
So have they told you what's happening? Is Tim Russ at the scheduled time, or?
I can double check, but I haven't heard anything to suggest otherwise quite yet. But I will double check. Tim Russ.
I can't believe I said Scott Bakula, dude.
Scott Bakula's name is funny because it just reminds me of like Count Dracula. That's how I always remember.
I'm dyslexic, and I think I've seen a D in his name for some reason. So I was saying Bakula. Yeah, I was getting it pronounced wrong.
It was very peculiar.
Peculiar, indeed.
All right, I'm done. All right, I'll be right back. Nobody break anything.
Excellent. Mods are gone. Let's go crazy.
Get your shots, get your shots.
This is our world now.
Get us out the spray cans, we will rid this place.
Crowbars.
Yeah, when the cat is out, the mice dances on the table.
This is the second worst thing I've ever seen.
I hesitate to ask, what was the first?
Like and subscribe to Scotchbox VR and you'll find out.
Did you play the voice of V? V for Vendetta?
I'm afraid I did not. That was someone slightly more well-known than I.
Oh, man,
Slightly.
Maybe that's why I keep thinking I've heard of you.
He does sound like the guy from that film.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Yeah.
Well, I did topple the British government, but that's another story. Well, it's been a lot of fun, chaps. Keep up the spirit. I'll see you on the other side. Have fun with Tuvok.
I am
Sonic for Tuvok? You got a party going on at your house. You go have fun.
Exactly. I've got a boy here. He's finished eating pizza. I'm going to go give him a back rub and play some asymmetric VR games with them all. See y'all soon.
Have fun and bye everybody at Scott's house.
I gotta try that with my girlfriend. That asymmetric VR. I don't know if anybody's tried that. You like play games on your phone.
Do I still have his Twitch stream going now?
My bad.
What would you have asked him?
Oh, I have no idea. I don't know.
I like pickles.
Yeah, you could have asked him, do you like pickles?
Oh. No. Probably would have said yes. Who doesn't like pickles?
Yeah.
You did miss him pointing me out. That was.
Ask him if the sky's blue.
Right, I got to do something in VR, in real world, a bit. So I'll go in FK for a little.
Wait, this isn't the real?
See you soon.
That lasted way too short.